Assalamu alaikum dear students, this is International Islamic University Islamabad Schools Sahiwal campus. Science grade 6, lecture number 1, lesson number 13, electric current and circuits. Students, bring your science books, open it and write date and day properly. Listen to your teacher attentively and mark all the important points said by the teacher on your book. The topic that we are going to discuss today is electricity. Electric current or electricity is the flow or movement of the electric charges per unit across the cross section of an electric wire. So we can define electricity if we take up the example of an electric wire. So electricity is basically the flow or the movement of the electric charges that are negative charges or the electrons that move per unit across the cross section of a electric wire. Every atom consists of nucleus containing neutrons and protons and electrons, the particles that revolve around the nucleus in the orbit. This movement of electric charges produce electric current. So the movement of these type of fundamental particle, that is electron having a negative charge, produce electricity, and it produce the flow or the movement of these charges produce the electric current. Now you can have a picture about the fundamental particles of the atom that shows the structure of an atom having neutrons that are neutral, protons having positive charge, nucleus which contains neutrons and protons, and electrons that revolve around the nucleus in a fixed orbit. So electrons move from one atom to another, and this movement of electric charges, say electrons, produce an electric current. Electric current or the electricity is basically the flow or movement of electric charges per unit across the cross section of an electric wire. Electric cell. An electric cell is used to operate things like clocks, calculators and phones. It is a small source of electricity. It is also known as pencil cell or dry cell. So the commonly cells that are used in our daily routine life gadgets or in daily routine life devices, that are clocks, calculators, phones and anything else, they use some sort of cells that are known as pencil cell or dry cells, and these are collectively called as electric cells as they conduct electricity. Parts of cell. Metallic covering with small metal cap on one side which is labeled as positive side of the cell. So a cell contains two terminals. The first one is positive and the second one is negative terminal. So the metallic covering that have a small metallic cap on one side is known as the metallic side of the cell or the positive side of the cell. The second one is other side of the battery has a metal cap which is labeled as negative side of the cell. So the metallic base is basically known as the negative side or the negative terminal of the cell or the battery. These positive and negative side of the cells are known as terminals. So both these positive and negative sides are known as terminals. Here you can have a picture of an electric cell having a metallic cap that is basically a positive terminal and a metallic disc that is negative in terminal. You can see this picture on your page number 132 of your textbook, having a picture an electric cell that has a metallic cap as a positive terminal, metallic covering over the cell, and a negative terminal that is basically a metallic base. So there are some chemicals inside a cell. These chemicals produce charges in the cell. So the chemicals that are present inside the cell, these are the base for the production of charges in the cell. Electricity or electric current is produced by the cell when the charge produced by the chemicals in it are made to move through it. So these chemicals make the charge to move. A cell converts energy into electrical energy, chemical energy into electrical energy, as the chemicals inside the cell make the charge to move. So electricity or the electric current is produced by a cell when the charges produced by the chemicals in it are made to move through it. So we can say that a electric cell can convert chemical energy into electrical energy. In a cell, the current always flows from its positive terminal to its negative terminal. Whenever we think about an electric cell, we have to know that the flow of current will always be from the positive terminal, the metallic cap, toward the metallic base, that is the negative terminal of a cell or any other battery. So an electric circuit is basically a complete path that an electric current travels around. So the electric circuit is the pathway by which an electric current travels. It may consist of different parts or the different components of a circuit, maybe a cell, a battery, a switch, and the device that we have to run through this electric current. So electric circuit is a complete path that an electric current travels around. Battery. A number of identical cells connected in a series form a battery. Whenever the cells are connected in a series combination or in a series pattern, they form a battery. Ordinary available batteries last as long as the chemical inside them are used up. As we have discussed in the topic of an electric cell, that the chemical inside a cell is the basic property in the cell that moves the electrons or that make the electric current to move or the electric charges to move, that will produce electricity, and we say that cell converts chemical energy into electrical energy. So whenever a battery is formed, that is basically the combination of a pattern in series, and the cells are connected in a series pattern. So ordinary available batteries will last as long as the chemicals inside them are used up. So they produce current as a result of irreversible chemical reactions. So if we are saying that it is irreversible reaction, so we have to know that these are non-rechargeable. If the reaction is irreversible, so we have to replace them, we cannot recharge them. So the first one is primary battery. Once the chemical of these batteries are consumed, they need to be replaced with new ones. So if the chemical is used up, so we have to replace it, we cannot recharge this type of battery. Examples are simple dry batteries and mercury batteries. Now you can have a picture about a mercury battery that have anode and cathode that are separated by a separator layer, a gasket, anode cap, and a cell can is also shown in this picture. The second type of battery is secondary battery. Rechargeable batteries are called secondary batteries. So these type of batteries are rechargeable as they run reversible chemical reactions. So if the chemical reaction is reversible, so it can change product again into the reactant. So we can use the same chemical for the flow of current that is firstly used. So in the form of reversible reactions, there is no need to replace the chemical, but we can use it again and again. They provide current as a result of reversible chemical reaction, and such type of batteries are known as the secondary batteries, and such type of cells that are connected in a series to form a battery are known as secondary cells. Example is lead batteries, nickel iron batteries, nickel cadmium batteries. So here you can have a diagram that shows a nickel iron battery. It contains anode, cathode. For example, we have two separate anode and cathode, and current flows from anode to the cathode, and cathode is made up of iron and anode is of other material, that is shows direction of the flow of the electrons. So this is basically nickel iron battery. So electrolyte is potassium hydroxide that is used. This is basically the chemical that made the flow of current easy. And on the above we have a load resistance that is basically kept in between components of an electric circuit to make the electric flow of current more easy and more pure. Electrochemical reaction. A chemical reaction that involves transfer of electron is known as electrochemical reaction. So the chemical reaction in which the transfer of electron is considered, that type of reaction is known as electrochemical reaction. So as the reaction is chemical and the electron transfer is studied, so this is named as electrochemical reactions. So commonly used battery, the example of commonly used batteries are alkaline batteries, lithium cylindrical batteries, lithium coin type batteries, solar batteries, and etc. So these type of batteries are commonly used. If we discuss about the large type of battery, so large batteries are also used in many different places, for example in the cars, computers, and the inverters. So in the scientific term, a battery is a device that stores chemical energy and make it available in an electrical form. So as we use electric cell in a battery and that are placed in a series connection, so we can say that a battery is basically a device that store a chemical energy and then convert into an electrical energy, and this type of electrical energy is available for the other devices to be run. So it is essentially a metallic cap full of chemicals. It produces electrons that are negatively charged particles to generate the electricity. So we can say that a chemical reaction that involves the transfer of electron from one atom to another atom is known as electrochemical reaction, and we have some common examples of batteries that are commonly used. So we have 4 examples, that alkaline batteries, lithium cylindrical batteries, lithium coin type batteries, solar batteries, and etc. Among these, alkaline batteries have a much longer life and perform better. Usually these batteries last 5 to 8 times longer as compared to the zinc carbon cells and work perfectly even in the cold weather. So the preference of these batteries is that they can work 5 to 8 times more than the zinc carbon batteries, and they can even work better and they can perform better in the cold weather. Lithium cylindrical batteries are even better, lighter, and cheaper. So these batteries are light in weight and these are cheap in amount. So lithium coin type batteries are used in watch, calculators, torch, toys, etc. A solar battery converts the sun's light energy into electricity, as an electric cell converts a chemical energy into the electrical energy. And if we think about a solar battery, it will convert sunlight energy into electricity. Okay students, this is end of the lesson. So you have to learn all the important definitions and all the topics from your textbook, page number 131 till page number 133. Allah Hafiz.